I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from Do the Wrong Thing, a book series or extra long novel that opens with a woman describing her suicide attempt as ordinary, like brushing my teeth. In an attempt to answer the question, why did I do it? She tells her life story. We're about a third through book 4, working title, Eyes of Different Colors. Thanks for having patience with reading materials. I worked through a new order for this section of the book. Last week, Ava got dreadlocks and met an artist on the train to New York. This is a continuation of the chapter called A Lenny Minute. At 7 p.m. we arrive. Nice meeting you. Bye. Bill and I both know we're different people, even if we both like, or well, he works in art. Why do people say New York is unfriendly? Bill, the people on the street. I've never met so many helpful people in my life. All I have to do is ask, and they promptly stop and point me in the direction of Winston, the bar I'm meeting Gerald at. I don't even need to buy a map. I nudge the bar door open. It's so busy that a couple people have to move to make room for the door opening. They smile and say, "Hi, how are you?" when I enter, and I get similar greetings as I push my way through a crowd of half hip, half very ordinary looking people, maybe skewing older than Gerald and I. There's a knowingness to these greetings, though, as if by being here I'm part of some special club. I spot a familiar dark head at the bar, sides and back shaved close, longer above, jean jacket. "Gerald?" I say. He doesn't hear me. I push closer. "Gerald!" I yell. He turns, sees me, then starts laughing. "Ava, holy shit!" His eyes go round and glow in approval. My dreadlocks. He likes my dreadlocks. "Wow," I say. 6 years. I notice a tick in his left eye. I don't remember that being there, but otherwise he's exactly as I left him. Fashion sense style, back a bit. He wears a loose, thin materialed t-shirt, expensive looking, low-slung jeans and black leather shoes, not Doc's. "Your hair," he exclaims. He puts his hand out so I can't come closer while he looks over my jacket, pants, and Doc's. "You look amazing," he says. "Thanks," I smile, shy and happy. "Do you want a drink?" "Yes," I nod to the pint in front of him. God, it's loud. Gerald is on a stool, but there isn't one beside him, so I move into the space. "Can I put my bags with yours?" "Sure." He nudges his own bags with his foot to make room for mine in the front of his chair. He motions to the bartender, a burly white guy who looks like he'd be more at home on a construction site. The bartender smiles. "What can I get ya?" he yells. Same as him," I say, pointing to Gerald's pint. "One bass on draft?" I nod. He smiles again and turns away to pour my beer. New York. The big, cold, alienating city. It's a lie. The city is awesome. Gerald fills me in on what he's been doing. Aside from the tick, you'd never guess he's brawled his way through boyfriends, apartments, and jobs, with a drink in one hand and a smoke in the other, the way he describes it. And that tick, now that I've had a chance to think about it, he definitely didn't have it back in Birmingham. Gerald and I run the few blocks from the Winston to our hotel in a downpour. Up a narrow staircase, everything brightly painted with cartoonish figures, swirls, and doodles. Even the stairs and ceiling, and accented with glued-on jewels, toys, and things like kitchen utensils and hairbrushes. It's similar to my donut and skeleton works at home, though at the time I don't notice. Gerald's brother, the hateful art snob Gerald introduced me to back when we were both at Birmingham, was like a guardian angel. No, a god. A hostile, malevolent travel agent god raining down on us. Sick. He suggested this hotel. He suggested the Winston, which Gerald tells me is some in-the-know art bar. Gerald pulls a slip of paper from his jeans pocket where he's noted all of Ian's suggestions for places to visit and things to do. Ian's disgusted stare and contemptuous, monosyllabic interactions with me and Gerald burn through my memory from the Concord meeting 6 or 7 years ago. It's true he was studying at Concord School of Art, and that his roommate had that incredible, completely black bedroom. Still, I look around our hotel room, all blue and black with yellow galaxy swirls, white dots for stars, and incongruously toy army figurines glued to the ledges around the walls. Each room is uniquely painted at this hotel. There's a Marilyn Monroe room, a James Dean one, a train room, a serial killer one. No thanks. You have to book ahead to get Marilyn Monroe, James Dean, or the serial killer. Ian did a master's in New York at Parsons. Now he's at UCLA doing a PhD in art history on a full scholarship. Incredible. I grab a towel to dry myself and head to the shared bath down the hall. In the mirror, I notice trails of something down the back of my jacket. I take it off, wipe at the marks, but they don't come out. Mud. I realize. It's washed from my hair and left permanent, dull rivulets in the leather's gloss. I open the door to see Gerald pulling a flask from his bag. Want some, he says as he offers me the container. Thanks, I say, taking it and swigging whatever's inside. The weekend is a blur of drinking. Gerald and I go to the gallery to see the artist's work I want to see in an austere, deserted area, all polished marble, dark glass, and concrete. We grip the stone wall of a stone staircase at whose top we ring a bell. An elegant older woman in an expensive suit answers, friendly in that distant way of powerful business types. The works are good, though they don't shine the way some artwork does when you see it in real life. On the street afterwards, Gerald and I are quiet, mulling that we're not rich investors, not artists, and not even sophisticated New York City dwellers, but tourists from Canada. Well, I mull. I don't know what Gerald is thinking. We come back to life in St. Mark's, where Gerald insists I buy black tights that say slut in bright red text all over them. You should buy them, I say. They suit you more than me. He laughs. We visit a fancy punk designer store where you have to ring a bell, and a big brawny black man looks you over before letting you in to peruse black, frilly dresses with crinoline at the necks and hems, printed all over with huge gaudy flowers and fuchsias, magentas, lemons, and emeralds. Betsy Johnson. I've never heard of her, but Ian has. We go to an industrial show. My idea, not Gerald's or Ian's. Pang Cow, the only band from the Wax Trax label playing in New York this weekend. Industrial music is my new thing. Ministry is not only on this label, their lead singer founded it. Revolting Cocks, this band that Ben made me a cassette of, is also on Wax Trax. The day before we leave New York, I see a mainstreamish store filled with hot, stylish black girls. I go in and buy a tight black tube dress and black and white striped thigh-high socks. Back home, these items will march into my closet like all my sexy clothes, never to be seen again. I mean, I can pose naked for art students and wear bras spray-painted Dayglow punk, but I can't merely look hot with no other agenda. It bothers me. I'm a failure as a woman.